Okay, so determining solutions. This is a Unit 6 title. 6.2 in particular is determining solutions for quadratics. So quadratic functions for f of x equal to 0. Quadratic functions f of x. Okay, so they come in three forms. Standard form, vertex form, and let's start today. We're going to use completing the square and quadratic formula. So the two methods, completing the square. So number one, y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 7. First, let's realize that this is in standard form. A, B, and C are the coefficients, quadratic, linear, and constant added together, polynomial, degree 2. So we're going to move C. When I see this, I move C. And my question is, when is this equal to 0? So, first part is to move it. So that's left open as subtracted since it's positive. The next step, when I see this, I want to take half of b and square it. So half of negative 6, or half of 6, and square that. So that's 3 squared plus 9. So easier on the eyes would be 3 squared. And that's negative 7 plus the 9, because 3 squared is 9. Then complete the square. So, what square? Well, the square formed by this x, this 3, that minus. Square it. 9 minus 7 is 2. If you want to visualize that, you can. This x squared should go here. This negative 6x would be negative 3x here, negative 3x here. Question is, what goes here? Well, and that's 3 times 3, 9. This is x minus 3 multiplied. Negative 3 times x, negative 3x, x times x is x squared, x times negative 3, negative 2 times x, negative 3x, and this times this is that. This is equal to 2. I want to take the square root of that. Or, written this way, apply inverse function. Apply inverse operation, function, inverse of f. So that'd be the square root of that. Square root of that. Leave the space so you can put the plus or minus. This becomes x minus 3. We're going to solve for x. this point. Write this like this to remind you that this is actually 3 plus or minus the square root of 2. This is x because that's 0, which means x is equal to 3 plus the square root of 2, x is equal to, or x is equal to 3 minus the square root of 2. These are the exact answers which can be approximated if you know. Let's put this aside. The square root of 2, approximately 1.41. So 3.00 plus 1.41 would be 0 plus 1 is 1, 0 plus 4 is 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4.41. Subtracting, on the other hand, 0 minus 1, well, that'd be 9 if I borrowed 1 from here. And 9 minus 4 is 5, becomes a 9. And this becomes a 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, 1.59. So these are your answers by completing the square. Let's do this by the quadratic formula now, which says if f of x equals 0, then x if ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then this is the quadratic formula. Then x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Why? Well, because of completing the square. That's why. Okay, let's see. So in this case, f of x equals x squared minus 6x plus 7. F of x is equal to 0 when x is equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared minus 4 a c, all this divided by twice a. So put this in the calculator, see what we get. Easy enough. But by hand, I would do it like a, b, and c, and I would write the 1, negative 6, 7. Then 2a is 2. B squared is 6 times 6, 36, always positive. 4ac is 1 times 7 times 4. 1 times 7 is 7 times 4 is 28. Then b squared minus 4ac, also known as the discriminant. What is it? Well, it's 36 minus the 4ac that we just wrote down. That's 6 to 30 and 2 more. That's 8. Then we have to take the square root of it. So that's the square root of 4 times 2, which is the square root of 4 times the square root of 2, which is 2, square root of 2. So I have this number, which is the bottom of my formula. I mean, this number here. Then plus or minus, I have the 6 and I have the 2, which is here. And I can figure that out from here. So x is equal to negative b plus or minus 2 square root of 2, all divided by 2, which turns out to be 6 divided by 2 plus or minus 2 over 2 square root of 2, which turns out to be 3 plus or minus 2 square root of 2. The square root of 2, which we already said is equal to 3 plus the square root of 2, which is approximately 3 plus 1.41, which we said was 4.41, and x equals 3 minus the square root of 2, which is approximately 3 minus 1.41, which is equal to 1.59. Oops. Okay. Next method, let's do the graphing. It looks like this. Let's zoom in on that. See what that looks like. Okay, that's the graph. How do you get this graph? Well, let's add a page. Calculator. No. Add a graph. So we can type in the function, which was x squared minus 6x plus 7. We can do menu, 6, analyze the graph, 1, the 0, go to the left of it, go to the right of the 0, there it is, 1.590. We can control and then grab this, click it, and move it a little bit so we can see that. Move it somewhere. And then menu 61 again. There's the other 0. Do menu 6 minimum 2. Find the minimum point here. And we can move this label out of the way. Like so. Oh. Okay. 3 points. Similarly, we can also do analyze the graph. 8. We can find the vertex of this conic, which is the corner, which is that same point. Menu 8. I'm in at 86 to say 68. We can also find the foci, which is 3. The focus of this one point. And there's a symmetry. Which is not a surprise. Okay, we can sketch this.